Hello, happy Saturday, guys. Welcome back to True Reflections. I know. It's been a minute. I haven't really recorded anything as of late, but honestly, that's because there wasn't really anything worth talking about. But I saw this post today that I found to be interesting, and it was interesting to me because it is something that women is going through. And I'm not certain if the original poster meant it as a joke, because for some odd reason there were a lot of people, well, not a lot, but a few persons laughing at it. But to me, it was sad. And it was sad because it's a reality of many in the dating world. So basically, this young lady posted that she has been dating, and I say dating in parentheses. She has been dating this guy for 7 months, and one day he asked her, "How is it that you don't have a boyfriend?" Interesting, right? And that is something that women go through and is going through. Someone is in this very situation as we speak. We women find ourselves in situationships that we had no wish or desire to be in. Sometimes it's unknowingly, and sometimes we put ourselves in it. Now, I said we put ourselves in it because sometimes these men are honest and open about their intentions. Sometimes we find ourselves in these situationships, and then when reality strikes, we say, well, why weren't you open and honest about what you wanted instead of wasting my damn time? But sometimes you have men out there that are open and honest about what their intentions are. But because we sometimes like these men so much that we don't pay attention. We don't pay attention because we have deluded ourselves into thinking that if we go along with the shenanigans, that we can change their minds into wanting to date us and be with us. It's funny, right? Let's look at it like this. Oftentimes, you will meet men, and if you have a lot of male friends, or if you've been around a lot of guys, you will hear men say that women control the dynamics of sex. And they say this because men believes that a woman ultimately knows within the first 5 to 10 minutes of meeting a guy if she is going to hook up with him. And there is some truth to it. There really is. But what I'm saying is, if women control the dynamics of sex, men controls the dynamics of relationship. This is my own personal opinion. This is no scientific fact, but this is my perspective based on my observations, based on things that I've seen, heard, just overall common sense. And I say men control the dynamics of relationship because oftentimes you will find yourself, women will find themselves, we will find ourselves in situationships. And the reason why we find ourselves in situationships, and the reason why I say that men control the dynamics of a relationship, because a guy ultimately knows within meeting a female if she is worthy enough to be his girlfriend and ultimately his wife. A guy knows who he wants to be with. It doesn't take a guy forever to figure out if he wants to date you or not. He knows. The very same way that women know upon meeting a guy if she's going to hook up with him, a guy ultimately knows upon meeting a female if they're going to make that female their girlfriend and ultimately their wife. They know. They know. To find yourself in a situationship with someone for several months, even several years, and not knowing for certain if you and this person are dating is very hurtful to a female. Oftentimes, we say that these men wasn't open and honest or direct about their intentions. Sometimes they're not. Many times they're not. Now, for those men out there that feels like, you know what, I'm just going to play her and just string her along, or whatever the case is, and then when truth comes to light about their intention, those dudes, they need to get their butts beat. They need to get their whooped. Like, for real, for real. But what about those men that are honest, that are open, and that are direct about their intentions? That says to you, I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm not looking for anything serious. I'm just dating right now and enjoying life. What about those men? When they are open and honest to us females about their intentions, we turn a deaf ear to their words, because we meet this guy and this guy is, oh my God, this guy is sexy. This guy is the type of guy that you have envisioned all of your life, and you meet this dude and he says to you, look, I think you're a nice person and you're a great girl, or whatever the case is, but I'm not ready for a relationship right now. I'm not ready for a relationship right now. I'm not looking for anything serious. I just want to have fun. We turn blind ears, we turn a deaf ear or blind eye or whatever to the words that these men speak to us, because that is what we want. That is what we want. So we're going to go after it. So we then convince ourselves, I'm going to be his friend. I'm going to be his friend. I'm going to become his best female friend. I'm just going to go along with the shenanigans, because I am going to show him and prove to him that I am the one. Come on, sis. Really? When a guy say those words, they are basically giving you the option. They're giving you the option to choose. Are you willing to participate in this program, or are you going to walk away from it? Now, if you choose to be a willing participant with the hopes and the intentions of changing his mind about maybe one day wanting to date you, then when the reality hits, how can you be hurt? I mean, I know how you can be hurt, but realistically, think about it. How you gonna be hurt? Because he was open and he's honest. Whether the I don't want a relationship with you part was said loud and clear, he did say, I am not ready for a relationship. I am not looking for anything serious. I just want to have fun. So you decide that you're gonna deal with it, be a willing participant, because you think you're gonna change his mind because you want him. And now here's the thing about people, especially men. As long as you are willing to give, they are willing to take. I will say this again. As long as you are willing to give, they are willing to take. So after saying these words to you, and you decided that you're going to pursue him anyway. So you guys been hanging and kicking it for several months, maybe a year, and you guys are basically doing a couple things. You find yourself in a situationship with this man. You find yourself hoping and praying that he have the most important conversation with you about, wanting to date you exclusively, about wanting you to become his lady. So you find yourself in a situationship for 2 months. 2 months turns into 3 months. 3 months turns into 6 months. 6 months turns into a year. A year turns into a year and a half, and so forth. Doing all of the things that couples do. You're giving him all of the girlfriend benefits and privileges, and he is taking on the role of a boyfriend. He's being attentive. He's being understanding. He's being compassionate. He's giving you his time, and he's giving you his attention. He's being supportive, doing all of that. And here you are, you're thinking, ooh, yes, I got him. That is my man. That is my boo thing. That's what you're thinking. But all the while, during the course of the months, which eventually turned into a year or two, he is keeping his options open. And even though he's dealing with you and doing all of these things that couples do, he is still keeping his option open, and he met someone. He has now met the woman of his dreams. He has now met the female that he can see himself with in the future. The female that he can see as being his wife and being the mother of his kids. The woman that he can see himself growing old with. So now that particular female is getting all of his time and getting all of his attention, and you are slowly fading away into the background. And when you find out about it, whether he came to you because, even though he may not have seen you as girlfriend or wife material, he saw you as a friend. And spending some time, all of this time together, he has, obviously he cares about you on some level. So out of respect, he comes to you and he tells you that he has met someone. Or maybe you find out by some other means. So now you are left hurt. You are left feeling broken. and you are left feeling used. So now all of the hurt feelings and your anger and resentment is directed towards him. But come on, let's be real. It's time that we women take responsibility for our own brokenness and for our own hurt in such a situation. Because during the course of all of this time that you and him may have spent together, never once had he came to you and say, you know what, I need us to have an honest conversation about us dating exclusively and you becoming my girl. You just assumed that he was your man or he was your boyfriend. You were dating him, but he was not dating you. We find ourselves in these situations because we women sometimes delude ourselves into thinking that we can make these men see us the way that we want to be seen. And again, I will say this. If upon meeting you initially, this person did not see you as girlfriend or wife material, it's not going to happen. Rarely, very rare, it happens that way. So now, within the space of 2 months upon meeting this new person and, spending time with them and getting to know them, in a space of 2 months, he is now having the conversation with her that you have been waiting months, a year and a half, 2 years to have with him. In a space of 2 months, he is now having the conversation about dating this other person exclusively and wanting this other person to become his girlfriend when you have been dating him. He was not dating you. You have been dating him for the past several months, for the last year, for the last year and a half, for the last 2 years. And here she comes out of the blue, taking someone that you assumed was yours. Never claim a person that is not claiming you. And this is where communication is key. This is where understanding is key. Because if you guys are on separate pages, you're dating him, but he's dating everybody else, then clearly you guys are not on the same page. And again, this is where men control the dynamics of a relationship. So one of the most important questions on the list of questions that females should be asking upon meeting a guy that is showing genuine interest in them is there anyone out there that is under the impression that they are in a relationship with you? That is a very important question to ask men these days. Because again, you can find yourself hanging with a dude, spending all of your time with a man, doing everything that couples do, and still he is not dating you. He has given you the impression that you guys are dating without actually saying that you guys are dating. Like, he is giving you all of the boyfriend behaviors without actually saying that, you know what, I want you to be mine. I want to be your man. So now you are left assuming that you and this person is dating. So now you are under the assumption that you and this person is dating. But all the while, honey, you are just sex. You are just a warm place for him to slide in whenever the urge hit. You may have been the only one because he's comfortable and you're convenient, or you may be one of many. But we need to be having these conversations with these men. We need to have an understanding with these men when we find ourselves in these situationships. So now, when he comes to you, or when you find out about the new person in his life that he actually wants to be with, that he actually is dating, and now you feel hurt and you feel used and you feel played. But the question is, did he really play you, sis? Or did you play yourself? Did he really play you, or did you play yourself? It is very important that you know where you stand in a person's life rather than assuming. Assumptions is the mother of all misunderstandings. Now, one key way of finding out where you stand with a guy, when you ask a guy, what are we? And he doesn't have an answer, that is your answer. Or if you go to him and you say to him, you are tired of this situationship, that you can no longer afford to do it because now feelings are invested. You want to be dating with a purpose. You feel like this situationship is going nowhere, and you just, you're done with it. You're done with it. Now you're just going to let him do him, and you are going to do you. Two things can happen when you say those words to a guy. If he is a guy that really wants to be with you, and he says, I have been meaning to have this conversation with you for some time now. I just wasn't sure how to proceed with it because I wasn't certain if you would have wanted to be my lady, because I have been thinking about us dating exclusively. I just didn't know how to approach you with such a topic or subject. If he says something along those lines to you, sis, honey, get your man. That is a man that was, I guess, waiting for the right time and the right moment to have that conversation with you. But since you brought it to his table, he took advantage of the situation and he claimed you as his. Get your man. But if on the flip side, you present him with that conversation as to how you feel about the whole situation, and he says, okay, I understand. I can't give you what you need right now. I'm gonna miss you. Baby girl, don't waste your time. Don't try to find out why. Don't try to convince them otherwise. Just walk away from him. Walk away from it. Because that is a guy that was willing to string you along for as long as he can, as long as you was willing to go along with the shenanigans. The best thing for you to do is pick yourself up, hold your head high, and continue walking, and don't look back. It's crazy, right? That you can spend so much time with a person and then for them to say, okay, I'm gonna miss you. Bye. Really? And the thing is, men don't realize how much their actions affect us as women. They don't realize having us in a situationship with them, whether knowingly or unknowingly. When the situationship ends, whether it was mutual or not, they don't realize how much that affects us, because we start to question ourselves as women. We start to question everything about us, because we start to ask ourselves, what was it about me that he couldn't see to make me worthy enough to be his lady, or to be his girlfriend, or to be his wife? They don't realize how much that affects us in such a negative way. But it's okay, because not everybody that we meet, not everybody that we date, that we are meant to be with. They were brought into our lives for a purpose, for a reason. So your job is to find the lesson in that situation, learn from it, and grow from it. That is the ultimate goal. We use our hurt and disappointment for growth and for personal development. They are there for a purpose, and after they have served their purpose, it's time to move on. And then, but then you're probably thinking like, well, I don't want to be dealing with multiple people at a time. Especially as women, there's a stereotype for women that date multiple men. But the thing is, dating, you don't necessarily have to be sexually intimate with everyone that you date. You don't have to be sexually intimate with everybody that you date. It's okay to go to a movie with someone. It's okay to go out on a dinner date with someone. However, it is not okay It is not okay. It is not okay to sleep with everyone that you date. I know you'd be like, but I don't want to keep my options open because I really like this guy and I don't want to be dating this person and dating this person and dating this person, whatever. But he's doing it. He's keeping his options open. So why aren't you keeping your options open? I know you're probably thinking, well, because I'm not a thought and, I don't belong to the streets and I don't do this and I don't do that. Again, I will say this. Dating someone does not mean that you have to be sexually intimate with somebody. Dating someone is simply going out, sitting down, having a pleasant conversation, and call it a day. It doesn't have to involve hugging, kissing, or sex. No. Mind you, if it happens, it happens. No judgments here. None. Totally. But that's not what dating is about. You're just getting to know people until you find a perfect fit. Because while you are busy being loyal and faithful to him in your situationship, he's out there keeping his options open, talking to multiple people, dating multiple people, and you're there just being loyal and faithful to somebody that doesn't even qualify you as being a girlfriend. And if you feel so strongly about it, simply take a break from the dating world. Simply take a date from the break from dating and just focus all of your time, efforts, and energy on yourself. If you have kids, pump that time and energy into your kids. If there's a hobby that you enjoy doing, you can do that. Just be proactive in your daily life. And just wait patiently. Because sometimes it is our impatience of waiting for our perfect someone that we find ourselves in these situationships. Or sometimes it is the fear of being lonely, of being alone, that we find ourselves in these situationships. But when you are secure in yourself and you know how valuable you are, and you know that you deserve something great and amazing, you have no problem waiting for it. So if you don't want the options of dating multiple people at a time, you do have an option to date yourself, to love yourself, to discover who you are, to discover new things about you. Take up a hobby, maybe start a business or whatever, write a book, read more, catch up on the shows that you've been meaning to catch up on, something. Just be proactive in your daily life until your perfect someone finds you. Because whilst you are in a situationship, you have turned on your blinders and you are blind to everybody else around you except this one man that you are trying so desperately to get. Because you are so caught up in this one person. You like this person and you want the person that you like to like you too, that you have turned your blinders on and you have become blinded to everything and everyone around you. And your soulmate, the person that you are meant to be with, is right there waiting for his chance to sweep you off your feet and to treat you and to love you the way that you want, need, and deserve to be. So reevaluate some things. If you find yourself in a situationship right now, reevaluate some things. Ask yourself, is this person really worth it? Is this person really worthy of you? Because you are one dynamic human being, sis. You are one dynamic, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful person. And you deserve a man that is going to worship the ground you walk on and kiss your feet, and to give you everything that your heart desires. But because you are in a situationship, you are just settling. You are settling for being in something that you know you don't want to be in with somebody that don't even deserve you. So think about it, sis. Think about what you deserve and set in motion to get it. So have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day and stay true.